Guys, welcome to my channel. Today I'll be tackling a topic that's rather extremely sensitive, okay? Yes, climate change. Before I get into the video, you can follow me on Instagram and on TikTok. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and hit that little bell. Let's get into it. Climate change has always been seen as something that's far away. Why do I say so? Because at a younger age, we've all learned about global warming. And when we study global warming, yes, we are all familiar with the concept of global warming. We've even been given assignments whereby you just like write down different ways in which you can reduce your carbon footprint. Okay, that's reducing the rate of global warming. We've studied the causes of global warming, the emission of gases and stuff. And with that in mind, how many of us have been implementing the different strategies that we all laid out in our assignments? Because like you all got assignments whereby they asked you, hey, how would you reduce your carbon footprint? And you'd be like, reduce, reuse, recycle, don't do that, don't do this. Climate change protests have been taking place, which started in London. Now it's a global thing all around the world. Young adults, okay, or should I say teenagers, kids, and people who are like in their early 20s are protesting against climate change. The big question to be asked is, why is it that the generation that did not play a very big role in increasing the rate of climate change, the one to protest against it? You're seeing as the older generation have practically killed our planet slowly but surely, and it won't stop immediately, but these protests are taking place in order to help decrease the amount of emission that takes place annually. Yes, even though quotas have been placed in order to try to decrease the amount of pollution, air pollution practically, that each company produces, it's still not working, because I believe these quotas are restrictions that are not large enough. Okay, these restrictions were just below the margin, seeing as we having multiple factories all around the world. Okay, it's not like we have just one factory and we'll be like, okay, this one factory will be paying a specific fee for the amount of pollution that they do, and I hope that we all gonna live happily ever after. No, it's not like that. Okay. And as we've seen, okay, if you haven't watched Moana, honey, go watch it. I believe Moana is just a movie that symbolizes the effect of climate change, okay? Because Maui is a character in the movie Moana, and in this movie, he takes the heart of the goddess that created the earth and all living things around her. This Tefiti. She turns into this very terrible, and I repeat, terrible creature, and she just was destroying literally everything around her. The fact that she was destroying everything, I see this as Maui represented the older generation, and him taking Tefiti's heart, symbolizing what the older generation have been doing, okay, polluting the earth, okay, with all these gases that have been emitted in the air, okay, the big and large carbon footprints, okay, with zero consideration of the future. Okay, yes, some people will be like, okay, climate change is taking place in my area, it's just hot. Okay, I can get into the pool and swim, get a little dip in it, just splash that water everywhere. But honey, that's not the same thing that's happening in Australia. Australia is getting random fires, okay, just fire. Okay, and these fires are not caused by campers, these are just random fires that are taking place due to climate change, which I believe is kind of like, Moana, when Tafar was formed, Tafar just burnt almost everything and anything that she saw, practically.
Until every one of us is devoured by the bloodthirsty jaws of inescapable death.
This is imminent danger. Everything and everyone is eventually gonna perish, okay? Which I believe this symbolized climate change, as I said, and the drastic effects that will take place if action is not taken, okay? And then we have Moana. Moana was a young girl who was a daughter of a chief, okay? And she was chosen by the ocean, okay, to restore restore Tefiti's heart, okay? I would say this venture that she took to restore Tefiti's heart may be seen in the real world as the young generation protesting against climate change, okay? And then once she had reached her goal, she gave Tefiti, okay, who was then Tafar, her heart back, put it in her chest, and she turned back into her original form, which was her loving green self, okay? Thus, the world was restored, you know, all islands were back and healthy, the fishes came back, you know, all animals were back and okay, and everyone was all good. And I believe that us restoring the heart will be like once the voices of the young have been heard by the older generation, you know, and like serious actions have been taken, especially by people who are playing big roles in the government, you know, and stuff like that. But this does not mean that we are completely helpless as individuals. We all have something that we can do to help like decrease this whole climate change thing, okay? For instance, the first step is recycling, honey. Recycling may be seen as, you know, something that's like, oh, okay, if I recycle, maybe my neighbor doesn't recycle. What's the difference? Honey, we've all heard about the saying, one man can change the world. And if you start recycling and tell your friends to start recycling, it can just end up into a wonderful snowball effect, okay? That will benefit us, okay? It will benefit us all, okay? Now let's talk about plastic. Plastic is practically the most deadliest product ever. Why do I say so? Because it takes roughly 1,000 years for a plastic bottle to decompose. Yes, I said it, 1,000, okay? And it's not like just one plastic bottle is created in the whole wide world, and then we be like, oh, okay, we're waiting for like 1,000 years for this one bottle to decompose. No, plastic bottles are created in mass production, okay? And each plastic bottle takes 1,000 years to decompose. So what does that tell you, huh? This means the plastic bottles pose a very large danger to us all, okay? Besides, we in South Africa, and I believe in like other parts of the world, you get paid just to recycle plastic, okay? So you, whenever you see a plastic bottle, honey, don't throw it away. You just collect that plastic bottle, you know, take it to the right place, and you will get that money, you know. That's like a way that you just secure the bag and save the earth, you know, at the same time. Like, there's nothing better than that, you know. Glass too, glass bottles, you know, for the alcoholics, you know, and those who drink soda in glass bottles or any drink that you drink from a glass bottle, you could like recycle that too. Don't just throw it and be like, okay, I'm done, just gonna put it in the bin and like that's it. No, you can recycle that. You can even get like, I don't know, a small fee, you know, which is better than nothing. Like half a loaf is better than nothing. That little fee that you're getting is practically like I would say like a thank you token given to you for recycling, okay? When you go shopping, honey, try to avoid getting plastic bags, okay? Get that tote, you know, get yourself a tote, you know, live that tote life.
Tote life?
Tote life. Because totes are
A reusable bag.
we can all help make a difference. It may look like a something small, and okay, most campuses, primary schools and high schools, I suppose, have recycling bins and recycling systems, and I request that you follow it, okay? If you have a recycling bin around your area, you know, or like where you live, use it, okay? Don't just be here. Let's say you literally looking at the recycling bins and you be like, okay, I'm just gonna throw my can, which can be recycled. If I threw it in the can bin, I would just throw it in the waste bin, you know, and just be like, okay, I threw it away. As long as I didn't litter, then I'm doing the right thing. No, you're not, okay? So just go around, do the right thing, okay? Reduce, reuse, recycle. Let this term not be just a term that we use just for grades, you know. Like, let us use it as a term that we actually implementing, a term that is seen as the gateway to us increasing our lifespan on Earth, you know. And that's it for my video. I hope you enjoyed it. If you found it helpful, don't forget to like, subscribe and hit that little bell.